Okay, so super fun update now that I have the ability to. First thing we'll talk about is what is the video I just posted. In case you didn't notice, that is my, how do I put this? Well, I don't think I've officially introduced her, but that's Ebony the Bunny. She is my second ever FNAF OC, unless you count the friendly gang or the friend time gang. I had a name for them in the video last time I talked about my oldest OCs, but I don't really consider those proper OCs because they're still technically just AU or a different version of the original gang, even though they have their own unique personalities, characteristics, and designs. They still feel like someone else's character because, you know, it's Scott's thing. I just redid it. But Ebony is specifically not a version of Bonnie, but a mascot character for a different story I was telling with the FNAF universe, where basically in our universe, to put it bluntly, William Afton basically ends up here through magical means. Literally, that was the excuse I wrote it. And it's a universe that I do write stories about every once in a while in a completely different platform. And I really like this universe a lot, even though I understand it's very personal to me and not everyone might enjoy it as much as I do. But I thought it would be fun to make a small mini project based off of that universe. If you want to know more about the universe, I'm perfectly happy to explain, or if you want to see more content from that universe. So unless I somehow get through the entire plot line of Mike and Tike, I'm probably not going to make content from that universe super often or make a series on that unless you guys really are into it. But speaking of, let's go to the next FNAF-based AU that I make content for, Mike and Tike, which, for the record, I'm still making stuff for. I'm actually in the process of making assets for the next episode of Mike and Tike, I swear, I promise. I'm already going to apologize because the next episode of Mike and Tike is not going to be super juicy. It is an important transitional state that will allow us to get into the more juicier part of the series because there's a bit of a plot twist. Ironically enough, the Mike and Tike universe is not specifically very canonical to what actually happens in FNAF, and the most canonical one to FNAF was the it's not called the Ebony the Bunny universe. It has an official name, and that official name is Reluctant Apprentice universe. Basically, the main character of that story is a person who gets stuck with William and wants to make money off of him because he has advanced robotics that we can't have in our universe, and she's just sort of using him for money, and so she's a reluctant apprentice. The title Reluctant Apprentice is also just a riff on the fact that Vanny was known as the reluctant follower, except there's a clear difference because Vanny didn't want to do what she did, and especially not the murder part, but this character, although is not into murder and does not want to help murder people, is a little bit more morally vague and just sees him as a job opportunity. But eventually she just starts to let him fill in voids in her life to the point that she starts actively caring about him, even though in this series William is depicted as just a pure psychopath. He doesn't give two fucks about this girl and actively tries to kill her on multiple occasions, but she's just so tired of actively trying to socialize with other people that she's just you know what, I'm used to this is fine, everything's fine, insert dog fire meme. Anyways, I rambled about that AU for long enough to talk about the other two AUs some more. Anyways, getting back to Mike and Tike, the timeline of this AU is probably the one that diverts the most, while the I'm just going to call it the Melody timeline just for now. So the Melody timeline diverts roughly around FNAF 3. Reluctant Apprentice diverts around FNAF 6, basically after FNAF 6. And Mike and Tike diverts in the timeline even before that. Literally, the events in the mini games shown in FNAF 3 and 2 are in question because a lot of things happen differently that are very important. And that, folks, those are like the free different AUs I have, and thanks for watching.